Hey everyone, we'll go back again. Got another little impression slash review. It's sort of my review up to level 30, character level 30 of Once Human. Every time I've been streaming it, if you've caught any of the streams or the clips from the streams, keep on getting asked what I thought about it. It's one of those games that came out of nowhere. It's from Starry Studio and published by Starry Studio. It is currently mostly positive on Steam. I've been playing it now for like 30 to 40 hours, got up to level 30 just yesterday and about to unlock the next level. Just got to run into an actual hard boss, which is something I'll talk about in a sec. Once Human is an MMO that is a survival game, which is something it's an interesting mix and something we're going to see a lot more of in the future, especially with Dune Awakening coming out, which I'm extremely excited about. This is hopefully going to fill that void between now and then. I've been looking at Valheim and things like that to jump back into because I really love that whole house building and base building and resource gathering survival type game. I've got into Lego in Fortnite fairly heavily, similar type of thing, but obviously in a Lego background. There's all these type of games really suck me in. Once Human is a very okay game. If you looked at the reviews, it would be a 7 out of 10, I believe. It would be that game that everyone goes, yeah, I can either take it or leave it. If there was something else right now that was really eating for my time, I don't think I would be playing it. But it's in that little weird spot where there's not much else at the moment that really is grabbing for my attention, and it's scratching that itch of building of all things. It's probably what I've stuck the most into. So quickly run over the things that you sort of do in Once Human. So it's a combination, and it keeps on coming up every time I talk about it and stream about it. It is a combination of about 15 different games right now. Some of the assets remind me of things like definitely PUBG, definitely Division 2, Division 1, Just Cause. There's a little bit that hits me with Just Cause vibes as well. The Valheim building, it's a step up from that, I believe. The crafting system is very similar to that style of game. Valheim is a lot of a name that comes up in my head every time I'm playing it a lot. There is things like I said, PUBG, the graphical style of that. There is the Destiny world events that are going on in there, that persistent story in the background. We'll talk about the rollout soon, but that's a different one again. It's got the Division gear, very much the Division gear type of thing. There's all these different type of games. There's heaps more that it's just slipping my head at the moment, but just about every part of this game feels like another game. Even some Far Cry elements in there. It's got some very Control vibes as well for the feeling of the world. So the best way to describe Once Human is using about, like I said, 15 other games. It's at the moment on the easy side, which is sort of helping me hang around, but also making me want more and wish for more. So at the moment, the novice servers that are pretty much up everywhere. There's no hardcore or hard servers at the moment. We believe this is the other big argument at the moment. There's a 6-week season to the first season, and the servers will be wiped after that, which is a good thing because I can't play on other servers that my friends are on without having to start a whole new character, which I have done once already, but twice already. I've got 3 characters out there. But the wipe should let us all then join the same server because they can't join my server because the server's full. Even though a lot of the servers are now dying off, they're still being locked to say they're full. The world where everyone has a building and I've found myself a little pocket where I can't see any buildings from my building, but I can just go around the corner and there's another house there, which is okay. But at the starting areas, it's a house on top of a house, and I had to move my first house because I couldn't expand the territory because someone dumped a house right out front of my front door and then never touched it again. So there's a lot of this stuff. I heard in the beta there was a degradation to houses, which sort of, once they degraded completely, they were gone. The territory was gone. You had to put it down again if you came back to the game. but there's a lot of weird stuff like that that's either missing in the game, or like the AI is extremely easy to the point where you can basically shoot one person, the person next to them will react and just stand there and shoot at you rather than trying to find cover or anything like that. But the cut person only about 3 or 4 steps away from that won't, and it's bizarre. So I'm hoping the AI is tuned right down for this novice server. Resources are really easy to gather too at the moment, which is fine by me. I can build my massive house and play around with the systems. The skill tree as well is lets you unlock things as you progress through the story. And the story, I've got no idea what's going on in this game, so that's a hit and a miss. Especially the tutorial section was just bizarre. Where Control, I was fascinated in it. This, I'm just not. So it's a game that is enjoyable to play, and I can't wait to play it with other people, which is really hard right now, especially everyone being on a different level. I think the reset will be great for that, but we will see how that reset goes. But for now, it's a good game, and it's got its hooks into me. There's something there, and it's probably because it's a whole heap of stuff that I'm familiar with and I'm missing. Death Stranding's another game. It's got the whole whisper system, which is the Death Stranding, the leaving the notes, which is I think from Elden Ring and the soft games as well, leaving notes for other people. That's over the top right now. There, you go into places and there's just too many of them, and there's quests that make you put them down, which just makes it even worse. There's weird little mini games. Like I said, there's world events. I always seem to have a world event near my house or two. So they go in and they're hit and miss. One of them I went into had a Gatling gun there, and the other one I went into the exact same one, the exact same thing, but no Gatling gun. So I got left with my sniper rifle trying to take out these hordes of enemies, which I wasn't prepared for. So I haven't died that often. I haven't died completely. I've gone into a dungeon, which is one of the monoliths, which is the end of the sort of level cap, moving to the next level cap thing. I've died in that because I wasn't prepared. But everything else I've gone into unprepared and I've survived. There's weird little things like a house I went into, just got up and started walking around like a massive house, and I couldn't get off it until I worked out how to unlock the puzzle. Like the puzzles are bizarre, to say the least. So turns out I'm running around trying to find nothing that is interactable in this house whatsoever. It wasn't until I read a guide or read someone else's post on Reddit that I started aiming at things, and some things would light up with the red radical. So it was like an enemy was there, and you would shoot them 4 or 5 times, and then that would bring on the next one. You had to find 5 of these things in this massive house, and it was weird, and I've never seen it happen again. But there was a loot box at the end, which was cool. I got some stuff out of it, but I've never come across that event ever again. It's supposed to be a daily thing you can do, but I got no idea where or how to find it again. The assets are massively overused. Like you'll walk into the same house 30 times. You get a lot of deja vu in this game. The bosses are set in arenas, which is fine, but they're very plain, basic arenas. Look, there's absolutely bizarre things, and you never know what's going on in this game. And you like loot boxes that will jump out at you. So it's got that very Diablo feeling of loot falling from the skies as well, which is, I guess, Destiny and Division all have the same DNA. But yeah, that's where I'm at, up to level 30 in Once Human. There's some exciting or some interesting things that if you can do as a group that's coming up, that I'm looking forward to. But for now, it's definitely got its hooks into me, and I definitely want to play more. Played a little bit of it on Steam Deck. It's not really meant for Steam Deck at the moment. You can use an old Proton download to, I think it's 26, 27, and 28 are the ones that they're getting working at the moment. There's no controller support at the moment, so it's once again getting your key bindings right with the deck, but the frames are like 10 to 15 frames a second. It's just, it's not enjoyable, but it is playable. So there is that. The rollout's the last thing I want to touch on. It's a very strange rollout. novice servers only at the moment. There's PvE and PvP. I'm assuming with the reset there'll be PvP. Stories are being rolled out in seasons, so you're getting gated to parts of the map that you don't really want to go into because there's no story there at the moment. I think the first week was only up to level 30. I haven't seen what's after in week 2, which I think we're about to go into week 3 right about now. But the upside of the game is with the rollout, things are keeping people around the same level as they level up, but it has the ability to level people up as they come in, let's say 3 or 4 weeks down the track, because they can then build up all this stuff that's happened and run through it all in one big hit. It's not that hard to level up. Once I've done it the third time, I got it down to a pretty quick system, and I got up to where I was within probably 45 minutes when I had a level 6 character, which took me about an hour and a half, 2 hours of gameplay that I lost having to jump to a different server. But it's that thing of I was wasting a lot of time, and even with this run on this character, I've wasted a lot of times doing things that I wasn't understanding because we're all learning this for the first time. So there was a lot of wasted moments, but look, out of all the different things that in the game, the house building is what I've lost most of the time to, and it's what's driving me on. I want to do this to my house. I want to set up the systems like with the solar panels, the water pump, get all that automated so I can sit back and I'm heavily going into the skill tree for the cooking / crafting side of things. So I want to be able to have the farm to make the food, to be able to make the best food out there. You can have vending machines at your house, which other players can come along and buy stuff. I've never got that to work. There's a vending machine at my property, but no one's obviously found it because it's out of the way. But there's all kinds of weird things like this. There's different dungeons. It's the more I play it, the less I want to play it. But then the more I'm away from it, the more I want to go back. It's some kind of weird thing at the moment. But Once Human, probably the best okay game this year so far that I've played, which has sunk its hooks into me as good as any other game this year. So if you're thinking about it, it's free to play. I'm tempted to get the Battle Pass because I am putting so many hours into it. I've already unlocked like 40 levels of the free Battle Pass. So it comes along really easily. That they do throw a lot of stuff at you as far as with the Battle Passes, the Season Pass, season missions, the journeys. You get a lot of rewards, a lot. So there's always something to do in the game and always a target to aim for. So that's really good as well. But I think that's about as much of my time that I can spend on Once Human for you guys. So check out the streams, check out the clips. Like I said, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Really, really helps things at the moment. But leave your thoughts below. That'd be great. I'd love to hear your feedback on it. But yeah, that's Once Human, and we'll be back to you next time. Bye.